in everything you do.
Okay.
Oh, did you do that? Hi, Salsa. Salsa's gonna come work with me. He wants to hang out in the human office. Okay, I'm looking in chat now first. Hi, John. Salsa. Look, Salsa will not be thwarted. All right, come here then. Come here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh. What's happening in that corner? Just attaching to hi, Salsa. Oh, Salsa. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going? What? Are you being chatty? Fab kittens are super adorable and super lucky. Super lucky. We don't even have a feline leukemia area at our shelter, but I would love to have one someday. Thank you. We've learned a lot about feline leukemia since the jungle kittens. But I think it's pretty awesome that these guys are going to have such a good chance. That's very cool. And they're going to get socialized and have so much fun over at, in case, I'm sure everyone watching has heard of Foster Dad John. But if not, if you click up on the, where it says 17 following to the right of my picture, and click on Foster Dad John. He has a new litter of kittens. They're very adorable. So what happens in Langley if they have feline leukemia? We've actually only ever had 3 test positive for feline leukemia up here, and part of the reason is that we didn't do consistent, we didn't have the funding to do testing on every cat that comes in. And it's a sort of thing where we're kind of a smaller shelter and we have to look at priorities and sometimes make tough decisions. But one of the policies that they had come up with a few years ago was that things like dentals for older cats and some of the other medical treatment was a higher priority than doing feline leukemia testing, just because they had seen so little of it. All of that, of course, changed when the jungle kittens came in, and we actually had tested jaguar in Siberia, but we hadn't tested the others. And as some of you know, if you watch the jungles, bobcat is positive for feline leukemia. And so based on that, Sue McNellis and a bunch of other wonderful people put together a fund so that LAPS actually has reviewed their policy and is now, they haven't announced it yet because they're trying to set up an actual official fund and also figure out the procedures. One of the things they were afraid of was getting false positives, and then having basically, if you have a kitten that's test positive, most people will not, well, very few people will adopt a positive kitten, and so it kind of ruins their chances for adopting, being adopted, and you have to wait. We were told you have to wait 3 months between testing to get an accurate result. I don't know if it's age dependent or not, but anyway, so LAPS is trying to come up with a policy going forward for basically so that we can test all the moms, all the babies, and anyone else that might that has any sort of immune sickness when they come in. And then we have to figure out what to do with them because, as I said a little bit ago, we don't have a leukemia. We don't have any leukemia area or facilities or space to keep them. So it's kind of going to be a long process, but we are at least we're trying to do the best we can. Yeah, so John's saying Perfect Pals Vet said to wait 2 months. If they test negative after 2 months, it's unlikely that they will test positive after 3. So, yeah, so it's if the mom has the virus, she can pass it on to the babies through milk, they can do it in utero and also just through grooming. There's a vaccine for it that's about 90% effective. And many kittens will be exposed to it and are able to fight it off. But once it gets into the bone marrow and the platelets and all of that, then it's considered positive. And at that point, if you adopt one that's positive, you just have to make sure that you keep their stress level low, feed them a really good diet, and take them in for regular vet checks. And they can live very full lives with probably a shortened lifespan. So in the case of Kim, who adopted leopard and bobcat, and they had another cat also, they had to get everybody tested and then get Jaeger and Leo vaccinated. Leo had already been exposed and shed the virus, but Bobby was so immunocompromised when she came in, she just couldn't fight it off. So she was the only one, though, of the jungle kittens that tested positive. This is a long answer to your question, but most places, most shelters will euthanize when they get a positive, because you have to keep them separate because it is contagious, and the cost of care is higher, and the likelihood for adoption is much lower. In fact, I don't know. There are only a handful of people out there who are awesome enough to take it on, but So we've learned a lot about it at Laps in the last year, and we're working on getting to like closer to where Perfect Pals is. I've actually wanted to talk to them and find out what their policies are. So this has kind of been interesting, but no, the dancing kittens are all negative. So thanks to Sue and Bobby's fund, we are now able to get everyone tested, which is great and makes me feel much better. So that's good. But we are no kill shelter like Perfect Pals, so as we continue to grow, we'll probably have to start, I don't know. It's hard when you're in a small shelter. It's hard to be able to accommodate everything that you want to accommodate. So we do the best we can. But these guys are very healthy, as you can see. Very healthy. The only health issue Calypso has is her flea allergy, which is very easily managed. That was a long answer. Yes, I'm super grateful for Sue and Canary and everybody who has, and Tony, everyone who's been pushing for the Bobby's Feline Leukemia Fund, because it also helps Laps justify to the board why it's important to get the feline leukemia testing. Dr. Ferguson was really pushing for it. I mean, so it really helps that we have a fund that, and now they're trying to make it into an official fund. So when you go to the website to donate, it will be one of the options, one of the things you can donate to, so that we can keep it replenished, which is awesome. So that nobody has to adopt a kitten and then find out what poor Kim found out. Oh, thank you, John. That would be awesome. It takes us kind of a while to do stuff like that because they have so few staff. Jane, who's awesome. You guys have most of you have probably met her many times. She's in charge of animal welfare, but also volunteers and like creating this new fund and coming up with the policy and pitching it to the board and all that stuff. So it takes a little bit longer for us to get stuff done officially, but in the meantime, we've already started. We started with the Gumball and Soda Pop kittens, the sister moms, testing them. But I can't wait for the official announcement. I'm very excited for that. Hopefully it will be soon. I know she's been working on it in all of her spare moments in between orphan puppies, etc. Yes, thank you, John. I do appreciate that offer to share it. And also thank you for taking in the fabulous kittens. It helps raise awareness about what feline leukemia is and how important testing is and all of these things. And it's been so helpful for us to see what you do, John, and what Perfect Pals does, and kind of develop better practices as we go along with kittens. So that's really cool. The joys of the internet. Did Foxy finally wake up? And now everybody's sleeping? Did my Foxy wake up? Are you sleeping? I have to make sure that... Oh. He's having quite a nap. Hi, Mommy. Hi. Do you want to go out? Look at all this fun. Too much. Oh, buggles. Buggles is trying to snuggle with its mama. He can't decide if he just wants to snuggle or if he wants milkbar. I've never had a litter of kittens that has been so interested in food, and with the exception of Salsa, so uninterested in milkbar. Oh, hi, Foxy, Foxy, Fox. Mr. Foxy, Foxy, Fox. Look at all your balls back there. I mean, your ping pong balls. You don't climb fences like your brother does, do you? You don't climb fences. Hi, Mommy. Oh, I know. I know. You get Foxy's balls out. There you go. Oh. The mirror has been lots of fun. The mirror. Except usually I can hide behind the camera, and now I can't because there's mirror. The whole wall closet thing is mirrored. No escaping it. It's not Mr. Fox. Oh, he's a Mr. Foxy Fox. Get him, Bundles. This is still the temporary house, so I'm trying not to wreck it too much with duct tape and whatnot. I don't know how much longer we'll be here. Probably 2 months, I don't know. And yes, Calypso's bald patches are almost all grown in, except that the base of her tail is still thin, but it's doing much better. So as long as she's kept on regular flea treatment, which most cats should be anyway, then hopefully she will never have to go through that again. Her itchiness, her itchy OCD seems to be subsiding also, which is good. She was a big girl. With the projectile fluids. Oh, that was a crazy labor. Crazy, crazy. 8 days. 8 days I stayed up with her. She kept telling me it was going to be any time now. But it wasn't. Too scampy. Too scampy. And we were only expecting 5 kittens also. And we got 7. What you doing, Foxy, Foxy, Fox? Did you find a floor crumb? Oh, is that your bunny? Ooh, I've never had a silent birther. That would be something.